Recently, I made a video about two notable performances from former MLB pitcher Jose Jimenez. In short, as a struggling rookie for the 1999 St. Louis Cardinals, Jimenez no-hit the best team in the league, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Just 1 week following that no-hitter, Jimenez proceeded to throw another shutout against them, limiting the D-backs to only 2 hits. They're two of the unlikeliest pitching performances in MLB history that just so happened to occur from the same pitcher against the same team in the span of 10 days. While Jimenez's no-hitter was extraordinary, it might not be the most unlikeliest no-hitter ever thrown. Just 2 years later did another St. Louis Cardinals rookie pitcher make improbable history. The pitcher in question was former starting pitcher Bud Smith. If you've never heard of Bud Smith, I don't blame you, as he had a very short career. He pitched for 2 seasons in Major League Baseball from 2001 to 2002, all coming as a St. Louis Cardinal. In his career, he threw 132 2/3 innings across 24 starts and 27 games total. He went 7-8 with a 4.95 ERA, 85 adjusted ERA, a 1.447 WHIP, and earned -0.3 WAR. Not a notable career by any means, but those numbers may be a little misleading. As a rookie in 2001, Smith was actually a fantastic pitcher. He started 14 games for St. Louis, throwing 84 2/3 innings. He went 6-3 with a 3.83 ERA, 113 adjusted ERA, a 1.217 WHIP, and earned 0.7 WAR. For his efforts, he placed 4th in Rookie of the Year voting. In that rookie season, he even started and won a playoff game. In Game 4 of the National League Division Series against the Arizona Diamondbacks, with the Cardinals down 2-1, Bud Smith threw 5 innings of 1-run ball to force a Game 5. Following that playoff start is when his career went downhill. After a disastrous start to the 2002 season, where he had an ERA near 7 through July, the Cardinals traded him in a package to the Philadelphia Phillies that brought Scott Rowland to St. Louis. Smith would never make a single Major League appearance for the Phillies and never played in a game in Major League Baseball following that trade. So while it was short-lived and not great by any means on paper, Smith still had his moments. He received Rookie of the Year votes, won a playoff game, and got to play in the major leagues. How many people can say that? There's also one more significant event Bud Smith accomplished. And as you can obviously tell from the title, he threw a no-hitter. On September 3, 2001, the St. Louis Cardinals were in San Diego to face the Padres. With only a month left in the regular season, this game was critical for the Cardinals. They had just lost the previous 2 games to fall to a 73-63 record. They were sitting 7 games back of the Houston Astros for the National League Central Division and stood 3 games back of the wild card, needing to surpass the Dodgers, Giants, and Cubs for that final spot. For a team that made it to the National League Championship Series the previous year, they needed every win they could get if they wanted to play postseason baseball. Facing a San Diego Padres team that was more or less all but out of the playoff race, Bud Smith took the mound in hopes to save the Cardinals season. Entering that game, Smith had started just 10 games in his career, throwing a measly 60 2/3 innings. After a great start to his career, Smith had struggled in his previous 2 starts, allowing 5 and 6 earned runs apiece to raise his season ERA to 4.3. Coincidentally, the previous game he pitched in was also against the Padres, in which he allowed 5 earned runs in 3 1/3 innings for a no decision. Speaking of which, Smith had taken either a loss or no decision in his previous 6 starts. His last win came more than a month ago on July 26th. So, in the middle of a tight and intense playoff race, the Cardinals sent out a 21-year-old struggling rookie who pitched terribly against the team they're facing, needed a win now more than ever. Of course, the baseball gods giveth and taketh, and you know what the final outcome is.
Ground ball, Bud Smith's got it! No-hitter for another Cardinal rookie!
In this game, Smith walked 4, struck out 7, and threw an immense 134 pitches. In what has to be the final time ever a 21-year-old rookie throws that many in a single game. Okay, quick editor's note. I actually looked this up after recording the audio, and as it turns out, Bud Smith was the second to most recent 21-year-old rookie to throw that many pitches in a single game. Mark Prior of the 2002 Chicago Cubs threw 135 pitches in a complete game, which is the least surprising statistic I've seen regarding him. Google how Prior's career turned out if you're unaware. And now back to the video. As usual with no-hitters, this game had its fair share of solid defensive plays. In the third inning, D'Angelo Jimenez smoked a Bud Smith fastball but right to Edgar Renteria at shortstop. In the bottom of the sixth, Ryan Klesko hit a high fly ball down the right field line, to which J.D. Drew came over to make a fantastic running catch right in front of the stands to end the inning. One inning later, Bubba Trammell lined a ball to deep left field, but Albert Pujols came over to make the catch a mere few feet from the wall. In the bottom of the eighth, legendary hitter Tony Gwynn came in to pinch hit and hit a sharp ground ball, but Renteria once again made the great play, keeping Gwynn off base. Lastly, in the ninth inning, for the third time this game did Renteria make another difficult play, as Ryan Klesko hit a one-hop chopper that the shortstop scooped up and threw for the second out. Bud Smith's no-hitter was not only the 19th one thrown by a rookie in MLB history, it was just the 4th win in the career for Smith. At 21 years and 315 days old, Smith became just the 3rd pitcher at that age or younger to throw a no-hitter since World War II, joining Vida Blue and Wilson Alvarez. Perhaps more importantly, this game, even indirectly, changed the Cardinals' season. As mentioned earlier, the club was 3 games back of the wild card, needing to overtake the Giants, Dodgers, and Cubs for the final playoff spot. Well, starting with this game, St. Louis finished the season going 20-6, propelling them into the wild card. While Smith alone was not the reason the Cardinals started winning, his performance set the overall tone of the month, and who knows how the season may have ended had Bud Smith instead had a bad outing. It will go down as one of the most unlikely no-hitters ever thrown in the history of Major League Baseball. A 21-year-old who lasted just 2 seasons in the big leagues and started only 24 games has forever enshrined himself with one of baseball's most coveted accomplishments. He might have had an extremely short-lived career with just a handful of wins, but one of those wins made history.